Apple is reportedly in exploratory talks to acquire streaming music service Tidal, which is run by rap mogul Jay-Z. According to the Wall Street Journal, talks amongst the two companies are ongoing and may not result in a deal. The Journal reports the terms of a potential deal are unknown. CNET editor Brian Tong is in San Francisco. Brian, thanks so much for being with us. Why would Apple be interested in acquiring Tidal?
Well, Apple's really looking to continue to grow their Apple Music streaming service and really to blow it out. Apple's music service has only been available for a year, yet they have 15 million paying subscribers right now. If you compare that to really the behemoth, which is Spotify, they have 30 million subscribers that are paying, but it took them 8 years to accumulate that number. So if you just look at the trajectory, Apple is looking to grow very quickly, and Tidal, they are a competitor. They don't have nearly as many subscribers. They're around 4 to 5 million right now, but their main appeal is they have these exclusive relationships with artists like Kanye West and Beyonce, who tend to move the needle just a little bit. Yeah, Madonna. So Apple is trying to acquire Tidal and really get those relationships as well. You know, it's all about relationships.
In the music industry, you're right, it is all about relationships. But Jay-Z purchased Tidal in 2015 for a lot of money, $56 million from the Swedish company Asperio. You've got those big names that you were talking about, but it's largely fallen flat, it seems like, in gaining users. Why is that? And is it because there's just too much competition?
I think one of the biggest issues that Tidal has is, although they set themselves up as like, we're going to be the place for all these major artists to showcase their music exclusively, the reality of the situation is that you still have Spotify that has 30 million users, you still have Apple Music who has 15 million users, and artists like Kanye and Beyonce, they're not going to be like, we're just going to stay on Tidal, no one is going to get our music any other way, when these other services are there saying, if you give it to us, we will make you money. And so I think that's the biggest challenge that they have right now. Kanye first said his album, The Life of Pablo, was only going to be on Tidal, but then he quickly changed his mind and put it on iTunes, on Apple Music, right? Beyonce had Lemonade, she put it on iTunes a week later, so it's not really that exclusive for that long.
I know, it's funny how money kind of impacts those things, isn't it? You talk about Spotify and you talk about Pandora. Would a merger between Tidal and Apple prove to be a serious threat to those companies?
Well, I think Apple right now is a huge threat to Spotify just because of its trajectory, right? They have half the amount of paying users that it took Spotify 8 years to get to, 30 million versus 15 million. So for sure they're a threat. As long as Apple, keeps these relationships, they even are paying for like the marketing dollars and budgeting music videos like Drake's Hotline Bling. Apple paid for that music video so that Drake would align with them. And so they're trying to build basically these powerhouse relationships with all the top artists, something that, Taylor Swift took her music off of Spotify, put on Apple's music service, things like that, where you're going to go where your favorite artists are. And right now, Apple wants to be that place.
What's the benefit to the consumer here?
The benefit to the consumer, here's the thing, people are associated with different ecosystems, whether it's Android or Apple. I was honestly really surprised that Apple Music exploded the way it did, but that's purely because of the big machine that Apple is. Users that may not even really be familiar with streaming music, they're like, yeah, I'm going to finally give this a try because it's on my iPhone. And that's really what helped drive that. So that's really one of those things where streaming is the thing. There's even talks that Apple will stop potentially offering users the ability to purchase music and download it and potentially just be a pure streaming service. We haven't seen that yet, but the dynamics of the market are changing and streaming is where it's at.
All right, Brian Tong, thanks so much.
All right, thank you.